So this video is a follow-on from yesterday's video, during which I was just sharing with you an idea that I had that I've been having for a while now, and also influenced by some of my mentors and colleagues. And this idea is the idea of a success formula. If you look at every business, a quick summary of what we discussed in the other video yesterday, and I will post a link so that you can watch the full video. Every business, every authentic business takes the time to develop a success formula that is specific to themselves. And I encourage you to build your own, not just replicate what others have built for themselves, but really apply the mindset of discovery, testing, and prototyping for yourself. So today I'd like to show you what I had in mind and share with you a rough draft for a spreadsheet template in which I'm going to start documenting my own formula. And I hope this helps you create your own as well. So let's turn to what I prepared here for you. As you can see here, I'm just using a simple Google Sheet. And this is empty for now because I just created this template this morning from scratch. And let's walk through the structure of that template here for you. So first of all, what I did is that I used the practices, the buckets, the way I look at a business, and these practices are from the strategic narrative methodology that you can find here on my website at metahelm.com. If you go under methodology and strategic narrative, you will find this visual mental model, this framework that gives you the 12 practices of developing an authentic firm, a professional services firm that grows sustainably from a genuine place of care for their clients and align with your values and who you are, who you are as a leader and who you are as a team. So here are the 12 practices that you have around your expertise to make it authentic. What I did in this template is that I grabbed 3 of these practices to get started. And I know that my business is successful if I consistently engage in what I call meaningful publication. So you can see it's all defined here. You can see the definition here. So my business is successful if I engage in meaningful publication, if I consistently work on my strategic positioning, which I don't define as a project, but as a process. I know it might be something different than what you have heard before. And the third one, the third practice I engage in out of the 3 that I picked for today is authentic outreach. I engage in actually 9 other practices here, but for the sake of this exercise, this template and developing this model, I just picked 3 of them. And then below each, I explored what already works for my business. So I'm going to go from left to right and explain how each of these activities align with my values and what I mean by them. And if we have a chance, I will start punching in some numbers so that you can see you can start understanding really what my success formula might be, and this may give you some ideas, give me some examples of what it may look like for you. So let's talk about meaningful publication. You probably know, and if you don't, I look at publication also a little bit differently from most business coaches. I see this as an agile practice similar to agile business planning. And to me, you develop insights and you develop your perspective, and you use that practice as a marketing activity in 3 stages. The first stage is called seed content. The second stage is called structured content. It's when you have refined, you've explored your ideas enough that they become structured and they become more lengthy and deeply crafted, more in depth, and then sellable content. And these 3 stages are represented here in those 3 columns here. But before that comes something that I wish more people would consider, which I call content experiments. And it's interesting because what I'm doing actually today in this video is a content experiment. It was inspired by several other folks that I see, being very creative with their content and sharing their ideas, their insights through new and actually really original methods. One of my clients that is an avid follower of this channel, Kai Magaldi, is pushing me currently to do more tutorial-like videos. And Kai, if you're seeing this video, well, there you have it. This is a very practical tutorial video. So there you have it. I'm aspiring to do more content experiments. So we are today at the beginning of June 2024. Obviously, I didn't make a plan because I'm starting this tool mid-year 2024. So I can't really think about a content experiment, but I may come up with a number and I may come up with something out of thin air here. But today, I'm recording this, my first content experiment of the month. And maybe a realistic pattern for me might be once a week I will try, something different. So I'm going to set my goal here, my goal here to 4. And what I'm going to do here so that it's more legible for you is that I'm going to highlight this line in yellow so that you can track how I set my goal and how I document my progress. I think that, I'm going to say that every month I'd like to ideally engage in 4 content experiments a month. So, and I'm going to do the same for, that would be January 2025, because if I repeat for next year, and then I can templatize this and look and use it for next year. So there you have it. At the end of the year, I will have experimented with 48 things. For me, content experiment might be things like using drawings or using different kinds of videos, shorter videos, longer videos, but also I do have an email list and I post almost every day on LinkedIn. And I could consider maybe doing carousels or other things that I have not really tried yet because sometimes I don't have time or I'm a bit fearful, but I want to stretch my zone of comfort and really look for the opportunity that I have to connect with my audience in a way that works best for them. So that's for the first one. Seed content PCs. I didn't do the math, but I do track my seed content very carefully, and I probably need to follow up with you on that. But I think that on average, I'm probably publishing 40 pieces of seed content a week. Let me think here. No, that would be 15 a week. That would be 60 a month. So that's about it. It feels like a good average because every day I publish a YouTube video and a LinkedIn post. So I'm going to set it up to this amount here. And we're early this month, beginning of the month, and I think I published about 5 of them already. And yeah, so that feels about right. So that number can probably sound scary to you. That's what feels good to me. See, when I tell you about authentic business growth, this is what matters, is that I spend years looking at what works best for me, what feels effortless, what feels natural, and at the same time, what feels meaningful to my audience and what I think brings a lot of value to my audience. And so if 720 pieces a month is too high for you, why don't you try with maybe once a week, set it up to 4, and that's okay. There's no judgment here. Start where you are and see what works for you. Some of my colleagues are way higher than this. I am thinking about people who will even have a team to help them develop seed content PCs all the time, and they publish 365 days a week, multiple times. So do the math. They're probably in the 1,500 to 2,000 range here as far as seed content is concerned on an annual basis. Now, structured content will be very interesting for me because that's something that I have done kind of organically and not very consistently. And I could be better at this. And many of you, many people have asked me, through follow-up questions, or where do you have a more in-depth document or article about this and this topic? So ideally, I'm going to start low, but I would love to be able to produce one a week. One a week would be my a great place to start. And if I could do this maybe through December, and maybe I'm just going to give myself a year to do that. Just I'm just going to make it simple. I mean, can you imagine in June of next year, I would have 48 in-depth article, maybe it's an article and a video that walked you and my ideal client through a topic that matters to them the most. How valuable is that? So that's why I'm really trying to get to that level, because I want to bring more value to the people that I love helping. And if I do this while I continue to engage in listening to my market, in listening to the people I help, I think this is a great recipe for a lot of growth and a lot of success in my business. So in June, I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. I will commit to creating 4 pieces of structured content, and I will follow up with you guys here on video and wherever you follow me, and share the links with you. Okay, so that's it. I don't have one created yet, so the actual column here is empty for now. Now, sellable content pieces. What do I mean by this? Currently, what can you buy from me? The probably the most expensive thing you can buy from me is my custom consulting offer that I will suggest if you come with a team need, if you want to align a team for a service organization of about at a minimum $1 million, million to $5 million, $10 million. You're looking at a minimum budget of $60,000. But I'm developing a menu of services that I want to bring it, quite low. In fact, I am thinking of creating pieces that maybe are $30, maybe $40, $50 in that range, because I feel like I have a lot of very usable, very good material that people would love to buy from me. It's just not packaged yet. I do have courses for about $150 to $200, but I'm going to evolve this into a subscription model. But for now, I hope that maybe at the end of this month, I'm going to set my goal to say, okay, at the end of June, I will have one thing for sale, a sellable content piece. I'm going to be a little loose in the $20 to $40 range. And I will take requests from you guys if you're interested. And I'm going to do that maybe every other month, because that's quite of a, that's some work. And I'm going to try to do this every other month here. Maybe in December I'll take a break because that's the holiday. So if I can have 3 by the end of this year, for 2024. So this is 2024 right here for now. Maybe I'll start in January with one more, and then maybe I'll give myself January as a break. So February one, and so I'll have 5 new products available on my website in a year from now, which feels, very good. I would be very, very happy with this. And you'll tell me if you like it. Okay, so that's for meaningful publication. I want to pause here and make an observation that is actually really, really important if you want to develop a success formula like this one, which is see how I focus on what I call output goals. I don't focus on input. I don't measure my success by necessarily the number of hours that's input, like how much sweat, tears, effort, joy, whatever energy I bring to this work. I focus on what I can deliver out there. Now, that said, over the years, I have explored how much time it takes me to create, say, a seed content piece or a structured content piece or a sellable content piece. And that's what I teach you in my program, in my coaching and group program, when we look at agile business planning and healthy productivity. These two modules help you discover how much time you should plan on investing to create the outputs that generate success for your business in a healthy and authentic way. So I just want to highlight this because because yesterday in my other video, I may have mentioned the difference. And I probably mentioned that I would track hours, and I don't think it's a good idea. In fact, I do have also another video called versus input versus output goals. Look it up; it's available. It's a really high ranked video here on YouTube and on other platforms. Look it up, and this will clearly give you the difference between input and output if you're looking for that definition. So let's carry on with strategic positioning. So we've got three things here: market discovery calls, case studies, and testimonials. Market discovery calls help you. What is a market discovery call? It's basically a conversation during which you're not trying to sell anything. You're really trying to listen and to connect with people that you're trying to serve and really get to understand what problem they're facing. What is it that they've tried successfully or not? What would they aspire to find? What would they be eager to buy from you or from somebody else? And it's really important to do these. And I'll fall on my sword. I've been a bit inconsistent with these. I've done these in different fashions here, but I would love to do, I'm gonna say, 2 market discovery calls a month. And let's see what this gives us. 2 times 12 will give me 24. And that, I think it's a fairly achievable bar. I may raise this, but at the end of the year, if I had 24 conversations to really get the pulse for my market and really get a temperature check and see what people are have budget to spend and really would love to buy because they see the value it's going to help them, and we can really align authentically, I think it would be great. I think it would be super helpful. It's a very easy process, and it's a process I've been practicing for several years now, but I'm taking a course from my colleague George Kaos. It's a really, really great course. I encourage you to look him up if you want to learn more about market discovery. He's really one of the key experts in the domain, and I'm beefing up my practice. So that's why I'm setting my goal here to 2020 for 2024, 2025 to 24 market discovery calls. I think they're really, really important. Now, case studies. Look, if you go to my website, you will not find a case study, and that's a shame. I should really make these public, but you know what? The shoe, the say, right? The shoemakers have the worst shoes. Well, that's me right there. And I have so much material to create those case studies. Over the years, I worked with so many clients who were happy and gave me testimonials. I've just not done a good job at publishing these. So I am going to try, and I'm not going to start this in June because I have already, as you can see here, I have already a busy June schedule. I'm going to probably start in July, and I'm going to give myself the goal to create one case study a month. A case study is probably 1 to 2 pages, and I'm going to get on that pattern of having, yeah, that feels about right, about 10 to 11, and maybe in December I'll give myself a break because it's a shorter month. That feels right. If I have 10 strong, good case study by the end, within 1 year, it builds credibility. A case study is really an example of how I take my clients through my process, what value they've found, what problems they came in the first place with, how we've solved this problem together. It's really a critical piece that demonstrate authenticity, that creates transparency in the relationship with your client, and that also invites you to think about how you can be better at your craft. Because maybe if you look back at how you've helped clients, you may realize that, hey, there's something I didn't quite do that phase, quite well. Next time I'll do it better. I'll do it differently. I will actually use this tool that I came up with, or that I just went on a seminar to learn to use. So case studies are very healthy. They're very, very they just you're full of benefits here. Another ingredient that I want to add to my success formula to make my business grow quicker and in a more healthy way, right? So let's keep going here. Testimonials. So, okay, so testimonials, same thing. I'm sitting on just a whole bunch of testimonials that people gave me, and I've not been very good at publishing them. So here, I think I'm going to do that maybe not every month, but maybe every quarter. I'm going to look at my new testimonials, and I'm going to start I could start in June with that. And I'm going to try to post, I'm going to say 5, let's do 4. I'm going to say 4 testimonials. Let's do, yeah, I'm going to ask, go gather or post 5 testimonials every quarter. I'll have 5 in the summer, I'll have 5 in the fall, and 5 in the winter. And there we go. That's about right. So I'll end up with 20 new testimonial by the end of the year. I think that's probably very conservative here, very easy for me, because I've been in business for now 8 years. I used to do the same work somewhere else before, and I can probably populate that easily, but it might not be the case for you. You might be beginning, or you're starting a new service or new business, and maybe you just need to get in the habit of thinking about asking for testimonials. So that is one of the benefits of that success formula, right? It just helps you think about this and track your progress. And it's a good reminder that, testimonials build credibility. There are a form of market discovery and information. They're also a form of outreach. Asking for a testimonial is a great way to reach out to a current or former client, and maybe generate more business. So that's another thing that I'd like to do here. So I hope you're enjoying this video still. I know today's a little dry, and I feel like I'm experimenting with a new kind of content here, a tutorial. So I hope this is helpful to you. So let's carry on with what I call authentic outreach. Authentic outreach is the practice. So let's look it up. If you're looking for the definition of authentic outreach, you can go to my website right here, practice number 10. It's the genuine and personalized act of connecting with your current and potential clients, treating them like they are your friends, but doing it at scale. Humanizing your outreach creates an emotional connection with your audience, enabling them to relate to and support your narrative. All right, so basically that's, reaching out to clients, and there are many ways we can do that. So I identified 3 things that I already do. They're not new to me, but one of them I have to kind of resurrect. But the first one is podcast guesting. So I am a frequent and regular podcast guest. I've been on about 60 podcasts over the last 2 years. And I'm going, and that's quite demanding, let me tell you. If you do this right, if you really pay attention to how you connect with people, the host, and so on, it can be demanding. So I'm going to here predict that I should be on one podcast maybe every other month at this stage, and that's a pretty slow pace. Maybe I will pick up that pace, but and maybe here I have a little bit of maybe a little more. But if I am on, I would say 6 or 7 podcasts in the next year as a guest, that's probably okay for me. Maybe I'll launch something that will trigger more invitations. By the way, if you have a podcast and if you're interested in having me, you can always make a request, and I'll look if there's a fit. if we're a good fit, then I always respond to these requests. But if there is a fit, then I would love to be on your podcast as a guest. Now, one thing I have had, I keep telling myself, I keep saying is I will launch my podcast. It's gonna happen. So podcast hosting, I want to do that this summer, and I want to start soft and maybe do 2 interviews a month, because I have in mind a podcast that will be a mix of interviews, of solo episodes, and conversations with colleagues. And I already have a good solid list of potential guests that I know that I will be likely to come on my show. And I'm thinking that I can do it. I have a list of about 30, so 22 feels very realistic to me. And yeah, I'm going to start building this and inviting people on my podcast. There you go. There you go. There you have it. It's just as simple as that. And that's what I wanted to do for a long time. Now, next one is speaking. So I just told you that there is a practice that I'd like to resurrect a little and strengthen and yeah, speaking gigs. So uh, so here is this one is a little more gray, because uh, I really control how many speaking engagements I end up having? Maybe not, but I can request and I can suggest to be a speaker. So I'm giving myself that freedom to have here in my success formula a goal that still aligns very much with who I am, which is to really go see people. And I've been missing to go in person and do speaking engagement in person. So I would love to at least start with and the summer is probably going to be a little quiet, but in September, maybe up to October, when conferences are starting again, if I could do um, I'm going to be very conservative here. One every December is not going to be. January is typically, I think, a good. It starts to be, conference season here. So I'm going to say if I could do, say 5 to 6. I'm going to say 5 to 6 speaking gigs, in the next 12 months. I would be extremely happy with this. I have done speaking. The reason why I have this here in my success formula is because I used to do a lot more of them. I spoke at universities, incubators, corporations, and what else? Associations, entrepreneur groups. And every time it was so good for me, myself, my audience, and my business. It was just full of good stuff. I would prepare a topic. I would stretch my thinking. I would hone my perspective on my work, and obviously people would be interested in working with me, and that generated leads, and that generated work and business for me in a very profitable way, and in a very fun way. I love speaking. So same here. If you have a podcast, great. You can invite me if you wish. If we're a good fit, and then speak. And if you run an event, or if you're planning on creating an event, maybe I should come and speak at your events, if that makes sense. All right. Last but not least, FTA workshops. What does FTA mean? Free to attend live workshop. I do these consistently now for the past 2 years, I would say. Yeah, 23, 20, almost a year and a half, consistently. And I have done them in the past. I did a whole series of 20. You can find them here. You can find them on YouTube under Strategic Narrative Underground. That's when I was really exploring the foundation of my approach. I do these once a month, so I can already tell you here, and that's very easy, that hey, there you go. That's 12 a year, and I consistently do these. So there you have it. There you have real time live for you, my friends. The material expression of what I had in mind in my previous video that I called the success formula for your business. This is what I thought I would do, and I just populated mine for the first time with you. So don't be surprised that because I'm really an agile business person, this will evolve. This will evolve over time, but hopefully through this video, you're getting the gist, the core, the philosophy behind this tool. This tool will help me and should help you also create a business that really feels like it's yours, but also a business that is predictable. Because if you know the recipe for your business to be successful, if you can connect your output goals to the outcomes and see what it creates for you, your community, your clients, your team, if you have one, that is such a precious and valuable tool. That is your business model right there. And see how simple I think it can be. Just one Excel sheet. Now, the hard work is committing and sticking to your goals and doing this with discipline, also with joy and care and compassion for yourself and those you help. So I hope this is an insightful video, maybe a longer than usual one. But as always, I welcome your comments and questions and maybe encouragements because I just set my bar for in front of you in public. So I hope this is helpful. I welcome your comments and questions as always. Feel free to reach out. This is quite of an easy template to replicate, but if you'd like the link to this template, if you'd like me to share it with you, I'd be more than happy to do that. There you have it. Success matrix draft version for you. I hope I wish you the best and good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.